All right, everybody, how you doing? So this video, I'm gonna walk you through the syllabus for our class, English 1200 605 Introduction to Literature. All right, so here's our home page, our Blackboard. Get to know it, get familiar with it, and let me pull up the syllabus here. All right, here we go. This is Introduction to Literature. And what I always do when I teach these courses, when I teach literature courses or poetry, I always thematize them, and we'll be looking at the short stories, poems, and drama through the lenses of class work and the quote unquote American dream. This is distance learning. You could ignore the room number there, distance learning. There's my name. You can call me Charles. You don't have to call me doctor, professor, or anything. There's my email. If you need anything, feel free to reach out and email me. The course description. The class is distance learning, remote asynchronous, which means we will not be meeting. I'll be posting videos that walk the class through the lessons and assignments. It's your responsibility to watch and take notes on these videos. Even though we are not meeting, the course syllabus will structure the class based on Tuesdays and Thursdays. This will help you guide where you should be and when you should be completing the readings and assignments, etc. Everything will be located on Blackboard. Everything, the readings, the assignments. There's no book. I uploaded all the poems, all the short stories, and all that stuff. Because this class is remote asynchronous, it is your job to keep up with the readings, work, and basically what's going on. You need to be proficient and comfortable navigating Blackboard. If at any time during the semester you feel lost, or if you want to work on or cover additional topics, it's your job to let me know. This course examines a variety of literary genres, fiction, poetry, and drama, as expressions of the human desire to communicate philosophy, experience, and attitudes. Examples found in diverse literary cultures from ancient times to the present are the basis for reading, analyzing, and evaluating these forms of verbal expression. Now, my area is mostly contemporary literature, so we'll be reading newer things. We're not going to be reading a lot of old stuff. So this is just the basic description from CCRI. Here's my description. The themes of this course swirl around the various ideas of class, work, and the American dream. According to the OED, one definition of class is a set in society based on social or economic status, a system that divides members of a society based on social or economic status. One definition of work is an activity involving mental or physical effort done in order to achieve a result. The American dream is, quote, the ideal of equality of opportunity associated with the United States. All these terms, though, have multiple definitions that branch off from these basic dictionary ones that we'll be exploring, arguing with, and complicating throughout the semester. All the stories, poems, and plays we read will examine these themes in many different ways as well. Here are the learning outcomes. So this is be at the end of the course. We should have covered all these things. 1. Display a working knowledge of the genres of fiction, poetry, and drama by writers from various cultures and historical eras. 2. Identify and describe distinct characteristics of literary texts. 3. Analyze literary works for their structure and meaning. 4. Write analytically about literature using MLA guidelines. 5. Effectively communicate ideas related to literary works in your writing. So that's what we're not going to be working in groups for anything because this is online. So there's that. Here's some policies. A lot of this pertains to in-person classes, but quickly, this first one, MLA format. All work will be in MLA format. One quick thing, let's be mindful of each other's time with email. You can feel free to email me anything regarding content. If you're stuck with content, if you're having trouble with a paper or the discussion board, please email me. Don't email me about when an assignment's due or how much it's worth. All that will be located on Blackboard. All right, so here's what you're concerned with. Here's the big money stuff. Discussion boards. This is half the class. 500 points. We got 5 of them. They're worth 100 points each. There's basically one a week, and they cover the readings. So if you look here, there's a discussion board handout. Here's a video where I walk through that. Now, some of these videos, like for this discussion board and some of the assignments, The dates will be different because I've just made the video. It's the same thing, but just refer to the dates when these discussion boards are due on this handout right here. So this is when the discussion boards are due, right? And the dates when the papers are due, and you'll be fine. But you have 5 discussion boards. That video walks through how to turn them in. There they are right there. You click on that, click on discussion boards, click on this one, and you answer these questions. They're already all up there, and you hit submit. That's it. So those are the discussion boards. That's half the class. That's worth 500 points. You have 2 papers. Paper 1's worth 200 points. Paper 2's worth 250. That's it. 5 discussion boards and 2 papers. And basically this, I have extra 50 points here. If you turn your stuff in on time, you get these 50 points. That's how that works. I really want everyone to do well in this class. The grades will be available on your papers with comments. So if you didn't get the grade you wanted, you can turn it back in for a higher grade. That's it. That's the class. 5 discussion boards, 2 papers. If you need academic accommodations, contact the DSS. Here's the course schedule. Again, like I based it off Tuesday and Thursday. Day 1, introduction syllabus. We're going to close read Henri Cole's Oil and Steel, themes from their class. Then we're going to read the short story, Meili Chase, Saving Sortie. A discussion board due. So you can kind of get the frame of the class. You see the AI. Please don't use the robot to write your responses. Please don't use the robot to write your responses. All right, that's just my caveat on that. Here's the course. This is it right here, and I'll show you where to get your so this is follow the course, the guidelines, the weekly sessions here, and everything that is on the syllabus is mirrored. If you go to weekly sessions, right here, there's the 6 weeks. Here's week 1. Here's the poem. There's the short story. There's paper 1. There's me with a video from a long time ago reading the short story. Here's a video that walks through paper 1. So please watch the videos. I answer basically all the questions. Here's me looking at Sunny's Blues. There's me looking at the first day and the flowers. There's the handout for the flowers and Sunny's Blues. And you see the weekly sessions mirror the class. There's some more stories. Here's poetry. So that's that, right? The assignments are up there. I walk through the assignments on the paper 1, paper 2, all that stuff. There's a sample paper 2. Yeah, there's the whole class. When I like to do online classes, I like to streamline it and have it kind of stripped down. So not a whole lot of busy work. So here we go. That's the class, right? Everything's up there. It's all up there. Again, if you have questions, email me. If you're stuck with something, email me. I wish everybody good luck. Good luck with the class.